Alright, it's only me. I've just come on the night, I've come home from work, I've had the day for hell, man. It's been absolutely terrible. It's been the worst day ever. But that's my concern. I've come home now, I've got a wee cup of tea sitting there, and I've got this, which is the Hawkwind Hall of the Mountain Grill Deluxe Edition box set, which I've been waiting on coming for, let me see now. It was originally meant to be released on the 31st of August, but then it got pushed back a week, and then it was meant to be was it the 6th or something of September, and then it got pushed back another week, and then it got pushed back another. It's finally come here on the 19th of September, like they said it was going to. So I thought I'd do a wee video, just doing what I usually do when I get these box set things, and we'll just open it up and have a look at what we've got in here. The cover itself here is Barney Bubble's excellent painting here, which is on the cover of the Hall of the Mountain Grill album. I'm just going to sit you over there so that I can talk to you if you're here. But these Hawkwind boxes are absolutely superb, with the classic bands that we're talking about. Just for anybody that's never seen one of these videos before, Hawkwind's in amongst the group along with King Crimson and Jethro Tull that really churn out something that's absolutely worth having and worth getting your hands on. The only problem with this particular album is they haven't got the master tapes, so there's no remix on this album. It's the previous Hawkwind box sets have all had remixed versions of their albums for the 70s, and they sound absolutely superb. Talking about In Search of Space and Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do. Space Ritual sounds absolutely amazing. So I've no doubt that it's a new remaster in here, but as you can see on the back here, this box set's absolutely full here, so I'm going to get the cellophane out and we'll open it up and have a look. I'm going to try and keep this video as brief as I can, because nobody wants to sit here listening to me waffling on for like pure ages and ages and ages. But just have a talk through of what we've got in here. Hall of the Mountain Grill, of course, being a play on words for the cafe that Hawkwind used to meet up in, called the Mountain Grill. I'd be doing Ladbroke Grove, London way somewhere. And a play on words on the Grieg piece of music, which is of course Hall of the Mountain King. So let's have a look on the back here. What we've got here, we've got the first CD, which is Hall of the Mountain Grill. We've got 9 discs in here, 2 of which are Blu-rays. CD 1 is Hall of the Mountain Grill remastered there with a whole bunch bonus tracks on there. Just single versions, B-sides, that kind of stuff. Then CD 2 and 3, which is a live concert for the Edmonton Sundown, which is of course in Brixton. Also recorded there for the Space Ritual. You get some of that on that album. This is a different show here. What's that tour called again? When the tour got to America, it was called the 1999 Party, but this was like the crazy adventures of the Mad Hawkwind brothers, or whatever. There was definitely transitioning here out of the Space Ritual here. There's still about 5 or 6 tracks for that Space Ritual set in there, but bringing in the stuff that would be on the Hall of the Mountain Grill album. CD 4, 5, 6 and 7 are for that American tour that I was talking about there, the 1999 Party. I've had the one here that's at the Chicago Auditorium for a long time, but I think these live shows have all been remixed. The Chicago show is actually really good recording, and the other one's in Cleveland, which is unreleased up until this point. So I'm looking forward to listening to them tonight. Disc 8, the Blu-ray, is a surround sound D-Mix, which I don't know what that means. They might have used AI, which has been doing a lot with the stuff of the Beatles and stuff, to break down tracks, telling the AI to separate everything, and then you've actually got a surround sound mix on here with the guy Stephen W. Taylor, who has done all the good work on the previous Hawkwind early 70s box sets. And then on here you've got it's the Disc 9's a Blu-ray. It's a 5-1 surround mix of the Cleveland show that I was just talking about there for the 22nd of March 1974. So only one of these shows has made it onto a Blu-ray, but I was talking about that the other night there. They're getting a bit stingy with the Blu-rays. There's loads and loads of room for that on a Blu-ray. They could have easily stuck even just the stereo versions of these things on the Blu-ray. But I was talking, hang on, I'm getting all dry here. As I was talking about the Deep Purple, made in Japan, where all they'd put on the Blu-ray was a surround sound mix of the actual Made in Japan album that Stephen Wilson had done. They could have put just stereo versions of the 3 different concerts in sequence with the encores, which were on a separate disc, but they didn't. Wouldn't have cost them anything. It would have just been a case of transferring data over it. So I'm going to open this up and we'll have a look at what's on the inside here. Absolutely stunning artwork by Barney Bubbles, who did the early 70s Hawkwind. The Hall of the Mountain Grill, my main opinion of it is that this is a transitional album for Hawkwind. The classic Space Ritual lineup. By the time they got to this album, Robert Calvert had left to go and do his own solo stuff, Ken Captain Lockheed and that. Del Detmar was in the process of leaving. They brought in Simon House. And Simon House, an incredible musician, but later going to be poached with David Bowie. But the albums that Simon House appears on with Hawkwind, you just notice that there's just something a bit more musical happening with him being in the band, playing the keyboards and the electric violin and stuff. But you get a big big booklet here. Wait, there's Stacey there. I better not be putting her naked breasts on the internet or I'll get flagged up. But it's just the usual, an essay about the making of the album. Just like flyers and stuff. Kind of press pieces for the time. All really good, all exciting stuff. When Robert Calvert left, Nick Turner took over being Nick Turner used to do some of the spoken word stuff. He's alright, but he's no got that same kind of disinterested, upper class kind of weirdness that Robert Calvert's got to his delivery of stuff. So I mean, this all looks brilliant. And then you get in here, Hall of the Mountain Grill. Fantastic. That's just all the things telling you, and things for the studio boxes. Fantastic stuff. Negatives of pictures, a lot, man. This is great. This is well worth waiting for. And then you've got these. These are the Blu-rays which come in the rain. They don't fit anywhere in these plinths which contain the CD. That's always a bit of a pain in the arse for me. What I usually end up doing is just sticking them in the back there like that, and then it stops them from moving about or getting damaged or anything. But these are much the same, like identical really, as the other ones that come with the Space Ritual and stuff. But the songs on the Hall of the Mountain Grill, there's some really good Hawkwind tracks on here, but you're moving away from the jammier stuff, the jammier space rock that was on In Search of Space and Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do, and you've got more kind of song-based stuff in here, like the Psychedelic Warlords, Disappear in Smoke, you better believe it, Paradox, Lost Johnny, which would go on to become written by Lemmy and Mick Farren, and they would end up recording that with Motorhead. I'm pretty sure Mick Farren recorded a version of it with somebody else as well. And then you've got the kind of wee daft musical pieces in between there. The title track written by Simon House, Hall of the Mountain Grill, quite a kind of haunting piano piece. And Wind of Change by Dave Brock, which is a kind of Mellotron driven, kind of almost Ennio Morricone style kind of spaghetti western, big dramatic bit of music. So I'm looking forward to listening to this. This will be joining the rest of these Hawkwind box sets in here, like In Search of Space, Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do, Space Ritual, and the Days of the Underground, which covers the late 70s with Robert Calvert, doing the albums Quartz Strings and Charm, PXR5, and the Hawklords 25 Years On album. So what does that leave for the 70s for Hawkwind today? There's already a Warrior on the Edge of Time box set, but I'm just wondering if they'll go back and make a bigger, lavisher box set, because I bought I think it was about 10 years ago that one came out for the 40th anniversary, and it's that size. So all you've really got is Astounding Sounds, Amazing Music, which I don't know if they'll do a box set of that, because Dave Brock in particular isn't he like a big fan of that album. Levitation has also had like a box set the same size as the Warrior on the Edge of Time that I was talking about there. But that's enough of me yakking about Hawkwind. That's just what's in it. Well worth getting if you're swithering about whether to buy any of these Hawkwind boxes. It's no like the Yes and Rush in particular are shortchanging the fans. But Hawkwind, Jethro Tull, King Crimson, get in there and get yourself some of these, because they're fantastic. Right, I'm going to go and bung these on, and we'll have a night of Hawkwind in the house with my tea. So have a nice night, thanks for watching, and I'm away to listen to Hawkwind and disappear in smoke.